Hi friends, and welcome back for another energy healing session. I am so glad that you came back to join me this week, and I'm so glad to be back after a little vacation that I took just because it was my birthday, and I just really needed some time away. I needed to check in with my own mental health, my own mental wellness, and putting out these videos every week is really enjoyable, but it takes a lot out of me. So I just needed a couple of weeks to recharge so that I could come back completely fresh and ready to spend time with you guys and do some more healing together. So, by the way, my birthday vacation, it was wonderful. I had an amazing time, and yes, everybody should take a break. If you haven't taken a break recently, just take a break, unplug for a little bit. It'll be wonderful. Today, I decided that we would do a session dealing with healing our inner child. And I don't care how perfect your upbringing may have been or how terrible it might have been, right? Well, I do care, don't get me wrong. I guess what I'm trying to say is that whether you're all the way on one end of a spectrum or all the way on the other end, every single person in this world has some sort of childhood trauma or something that happened when they were a kid, or just a certain thing that was going on in their household, or what, I mean, it could be anything, right? But we've all had something happen that we've carried with us into our adulthood, okay? And ever since I've got sober, I've really realized that I carry a lot of wounds and a lot of trauma from when I was a child. I did grow up in a house with alcoholic parents, and so there were a lot of uneasy, questionable, stressful times in my younger years. And now as an adult, looking back on it, I can really see how it shaped and molded me into some of who I am today. And a lot of what happened when I was a kid formed, my thoughts and my opinions and my self-defense mechanisms. And some of them are not the healthiest, right? So I needed them when I was a kid, but now I'm having to learn to not only let go of those wounds and everything associated with them, but replace them with healthier things as an adult. So I've been working through that recently, and I've been working through it a lot, but some stuff came up recently, and it inspired me to do a session on just healing inner child wounds. That was a really long introduction. Okay, I'm so sorry. Let's get started. Let's have some, ASMR stuff to get in there. Okay, so to start, I of course made you a cup of tea. And I have this, it's cinnamon apple, which just, I don't know, cinnamon apple, that just makes me think of being a kid for some reason. Cinnamon applesauce, cut up apples in your lunch, cinnamon on everything because you're a kid and you're allowed to do that, right? So, and this is a new little tea mug that I got at Goodwill because I don't shop anywhere but at Goodwill now. Because I just don't see the point in paying a whole bunch of money for something I could get that's been kindly used and loved for a tenth of the price. Okay, anyways, so it's super cute. It's got these little stars and little moons on it. then it's like pink on top and then kind of a cream color on bottom. It's my favorite mug right now. I've been using it every night and morning, and then I just hand wash it and use it again. So here's your cinnamon apple tea for you. Okay. Next, we're going to light an intention candle first before we do our smoke cleanse, okay? I got this candle. It's kind of loud, sorry. Okay, I got this candle at the dollar store, but it was on sale. And I mostly got it for the dish. I mean, look at that. It's so pretty. And it's textured, so it makes really cool sounds. That's what we're working with. This also happens to be an apple candle, which I did not plan. It just worked out that way. We have our apple tea and an apple candle. So it also smells really, really good. So we will go ahead and light this and set our intention for the session. So, our intention for this session is not necessarily to try to work through the layers and layers and layers of bullshit that comes along with any type of childhood wound or trauma you might be carrying. I'm not I'm not a therapist, I'm not a psychologist, and I am not here to help you work through that, unfortunately. What I am here to do is help clear any energetic wounds that you might be carrying because of said childhood trauma or wounds, right? So we're going to just work with the energy today. We are going to be working in a way a little bit with mindset, but it's more correlated with using our mind to tell our body that we are okay now and that we can release this any of this negative energy that we might be carrying in a certain spot of our body or in multiple spots of our body, okay? So that's what we're working with today. So the intention for this session is to clear out any traumatic, wounded energy that we are carrying, that you are carrying, that I am carrying. This session is as much for me as it is for you. So we want to clear out that energy that more than likely we are still carrying, right? We're going to clear that energy out. We're going to use the mind to tell the body in every corner and crevice that we are okay, that we are safe, and help the body to release that energy that it is holding on to. So, just take a look at the candle. If you have something else that you would like to add to that intention, please do so now. Alright. Now we're going to set this off to the side. It's going to burn for the remainder of the session, and later we are going to use it to let go of some stuff, okay? So to start, we will do a smoke cleanse. I am going to be using this Palo Santo incense. Just use the candle to light the incense. Okay. So this smoke is sort of like the pre-wash, if you will, at a car wash, right? So you drive your car through the wash, and there's like the first little spray that gets like a little bit of the car dirt off. Yeah, okay, so the smoke is kind of like the pre-wash, right? We are using the smoke to permeate your energetic space, your aura, your energetic body, and the smoke is just gently lifting away not necessarily any of that deep-seated energy that we're going to be working with today, but just any icky energy that you might have picked up throughout the week from other people, places, or things, right? It's really easy. There are so many of us that we just really pick up on other people's energies, and we attract it to us, and then we carry it around, and unless you are conscious of it and do something to let go of it, then you can continue to carry around other people's stuff, and it can accumulate. So I'm going to run this from the crown of your head all the way down to your root, then all the way back up. And then we're going to go down the back. So and then down your right side, back up, down your left side, back up. Alright, just put a little bit on me. And then we will also set this off to the side to burn for the remainder of the session, keeping our space energetically clean while we work. Okay, so we're going to be doing a little bit of scooping from the energetic body. Again, I said earlier, there can be such a wide range of wounds and traumas from our childhood, so I can't get too specific because I don't know what you've gone through. I only know what I've gone through, And I do know that so many childhood wounds and traumas, ultimately it comes back to those wounds being very fear-based, right? So not being cared for properly, maybe there was like a lack in the house sometimes of nurturing and love and providing in some way. So as a kid, that can be very scary for us. We feel like we're not being provided for, our basic rights aren't being met, our basic needs for survival aren't being met. And I think no matter how strenuous that wound might be, that can apply to all kids, because when we're kids, like, we depend on our parents for everything, right? So if we're not being provided something, even if it's just a hug at night, and like a good night, I love you, that can really translate to a child's mind that they're not being cared for and provided for and loved. So we are going to be scooping out any of that fear-based thought and energy today, okay? We're going to be doing it with my little lovely seashell. So we're going to be using my seashell to scoop out these sort of fear-based emotions and energies that we might be carrying from childhood trauma, okay? And just because we work with the chakras so much in our sessions, and it's really what I've been studying the most and sort of using in my healing process, I am going to scoop from like each of your chakras, starting at your crown and working all the way down to the root chakra, which is, of course, the main wound of the root chakra is fear. So most of these wounds would have started in this area, and then as we've grown, easily moved into other energy parts of our body based on specifically what we were going through, and then specifically how we learned to deal with it. So starting at the crown, I'm just going to scoop, 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 and then flick it out. Scoop, 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 flick it out, and scoop, 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 scoop. Then we're coming down to your third eye, which is just right here in between the brows and a little bit above. Scoop, 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 scoop. Scoop, 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 scoop. Scoop, 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 scoop. Okay. Then we're going to move down to the throat chakra. So right here on the throat. Scoop, 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 scoop. Scoop, 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 scoop. Scoop, 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 scoop. coming down to the heart chakra, so right in the center of the chest, the heart space. Scoop, 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 scoop. Then we're going to move on down to the solar plexus, so that's going to be about 2 inches above the belly button. Scoop, 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 scoop. Then we're going to move down to the sacral chakra, which would be in the womb space. Scoop, 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 scoop. And then last but not least, the root chakra. Okay, so that's located at the base of the spine and the pelvic girdle. Scoop, 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 scoop. And then I'm just going to do one really long, big scoop all the way from the crown of your head down to your root. Okay. That last scoop, we're taking and we're releasing it into our intention candle to let the flame and the fire carry it away from our bodies and our minds and our spirits, just really symbolizing releasing this energy. Okay. Just let it float up. So next, here's what we're going to do. This is going to be a little visualization process, okay? And there's not going to be a whole lot going on camera, guys. So just, in fact, I'm going to blur me out a little bit so that you will not focus on me. It's just going to be sounds right now. So what I want you to do is I want you to close your eyes, okay? And I want you to visualize that you're sitting at this big round table. And you're sitting at one spot on the table, and there's all these chairs around it. And you're you, but you're not you in your body. You're just the essence of you sitting at this table, your consciousness, if you will, in this one spot. Okay? If it's easier for maybe you just to visualize you as like your mind, your brain, then imagine you as a brain sitting at a table. Okay? And then imagine the rest of your body showing up to the table, like as parts of your body. I know that might sound a little creepy and morbid, but just go with me here, okay? Imagine that like your heart is in one chair and your eyes are in another chair, and your lungs are in one chair, and your hips are in another, and just like all of you is there, but you're all there individually. And you, as your conscious person, your conscious mind, you know that you've been working through some of this childhood trauma and wound that you've been carrying, right? So like your mind knows, and you know that you're an adult and you're working through it, and like that stuff's not hurting you anymore or causing you any more, mental or physical pain, but your body doesn't know, right? Like you haven't told your body, hey, guys, guess what? Like, we're grown up now. We're adults. We're safe. We have everything we need. We're deserving. We're capable. Like, we can do whatever we want to do. We're being taken care of. We're taking care of ourselves. We are loving ourselves. We are creating a community of friends and or family that deserves us, that deserves our love, and that gives it back freely and equally, right? So basically we're sitting at this table and we're just telling our body that it is okay to release those emotions. It is okay to release the energy and the emotions that have been stored in our body this whole time, right? Like, we can let it go. So visualize yourself sitting at that table and just take a minute to tell your body, hey, all of your body, we are okay. We are loved, we are safe, we are secure, we are deserving, we are capable, we have everything we need, and like, we can let this stuff go. So take a minute and just do that, and then breathe. Breathe really, really deeply for a few rounds of breath. Just imagine with every exhale that you're letting that energy, that emotion go. You're releasing it out of your body. Okay, so now open your eyes. You're one whole person again. Our body stores a lot of what we carry with us, energy can be stored in different places. I particularly notice that I carry a lot of my wounds and trauma in my neck and my shoulders. So when things come up for me from like for example this week, when something was going on with me that was bringing up these old wounds from my childhood, immediately I felt it at the bottom of my skull, in the back of my neck, and the top of my shoulders. It was just like everything just tensed up, and I was so uncomfortable in that spot in my body. And once I talked to my body and I was like, hey, we're okay, we don't have to do this defense mechanism thing that you're doing right now. Like, we've been out of that scary, uncomfortable situation for a really, really long time. So you can let that go. And like, after I talked to my body and I just breathed through it, the tension went away. So that's why I wanted to teach you guys that little exercise. I'm gonna use this selenite wand. Okay, and we're just gonna do a quick scan of the whole body. This is going to pick up any remaining remnants of energy that you no longer need. And, it's also a great stone. It's going to promote just calm, peace, clarity. Going to help you to lift your spirit. Raise your frequency. So I'm just going to do a quick little scan from the crown all the way down to the root in the front of you, and back up, and behind, root, down, back up, down your right side, down your left side. Alright, there you go. One last thing, just to top it all off. I've got this calming body oil. That I'm going to use. I'm just going to take some of this, put it on my hand. Lavender, geranium. Smells like maybe a little chamomile too. And then we're just gonna run it all over your energetic body, okay? Just think of it as like a lot of the work we just did could maybe almost feel like you have an open wound somewhere, right? So we're using this lavender and calendula, chamomile oil to just like soothe the whole energetic body. Okay. All right, my friends. So that will finish our session for today. I hope that you enjoyed everything. It was really good to be back. I really enjoyed making this session, and hopefully some of the stuff I taught you today, like talking to our body and releasing energy, is something you could use outside in the real world if you're ever like feeling really tense. Okay, if you guys like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. It's the best way that you can support me, because the more interaction my videos get, the more YouTube will push my videos and the more people I can get in front of, and then I can hit that 1,000 subscriber mark and actually start making a little bit of teeny tiny money off of my videos, which would be nice because I put hours and hours into making these videos every week. Secondly, if you're more interested in learning about the chakra system, I have a freebie down below. It's a beginner's guide to the chakras and how it can relate to specifically us breaking really bad habit cycles. So maybe you've been stuck in some sort of habit cycle that you want to get out of. You can use the chakra system to help you get out of that. So check it out. Link for that down below. And then other than that, I will for sure see you guys next Friday. I am not sure about Sunday. I am not sure about the yoga videos yet. I'm still trying to get all that figured out on how I want to move forward from here, because my yoga videos do not get a lot of views or traction, and it takes a lot of time, So yeah, we'll see. You might be surprised with a yoga video on Sunday, or you just might not have a yoga video. I don't know. I'm sorry. Okay. That is it for today. I am getting off here now. I have to go eat. I'm sure you crumbling. I'm so sorry. Alright, I will see you guys soon. I hope you have a really good weekend.